Lara bars. What the heck are we doing with Lara bars?
I don't know.
I know I like to eat them.
They're good.
Yes, a little calorie dense, but they're lovely snacks in a pinch. You know what we're doing
Yes.
tonight with the Lara bar?
What?
You know what we're doing. So tell people what we're doing.
Speaking of barbecue sauce.
We are going to make barbecue sauce out of a Lara bar. Why? Because we're super smart, intelligent, and we know exactly what we're doing?
No,
No.
you just came
No,
up with that.
no, we ran out of dates. So we ran out of dates, and I'm like, dang, I wanted to make barbecue sauce because we had these beautiful potatoes, and we didn't have any dates. So I thought, oh, dang. And we actually didn't have any maple syrup either.
No,
So
that's a bad day.
I did know in our running box, we had
Yes.
some Lara bars. We always keep Lara bars in our running box because they are a great source of fuel. They're not loaded with chemicals and crap, and they're easy to carry. So we use these on the bike and on the
Yeah.
run. They're a great fuel source if you're out for a long endurance run or ride or just a really long walk. All
Right.
that said, they have dates in them, and I kind of knew that dates are the main
Mm-hmm.
ingredients. So guess what? The barbecue sauce actually turned out wonderfully.
Yes.
So that's why we're here tonight. We are going to share this amazing barbecue sauce with you.
All right. I'm glad you decided to share it with them.
Yes, yes, and now like there are
Cover
we?
the chats,
Did you?
please.
Oh yeah, did we share? Did we share?
Uh, shared.
We should share. No, did we share it in?
Oh, you
The
just
group?
so
Okay,
pretty.
great.
I
So
feel
yeah, so
thank you.
if and if
Okay,
you
now you
got
can.
thank you. If you guys didn't know, we're starting off fast with what we're doing because it seems like we're trying to put these out on YouTube as well, and it's really annoying for people on YouTube that are watching the replay, and it takes us 10 minutes to actually get to what we're doing. So we are making Lara Bar barbecue sauce for the fourth time. Maybe
Great.
we should say it one more time. You know what we're making tonight?
Lara BBQ sauce.
Yes, out of desperation. A very simple recipe. We think you'll enjoy it. And we're going to be talking, is this plant-based thing really as easy as it looks? You may be surprised about our answer that Heather just gave away. It is not that easy. And I want to unpack that because I think it's important.
So,
Yes. But before we do anything, we should probably introduce ourselves. And I'm Tim Kaufman, and we run most of the time, run a page called Fat Man Rants. And together we have lost 290 pounds. But more importantly, we've regained our health. We live a healthy, happy, and active life on a whole food, plant exclusive lifestyle.
mhm.
We come to you guys at 8 o'clock on Sunday nights, live from Alden, New York, a little bit away from Buffalo, because we know what happened to us is out there for anyone. And we also know that if we can do it,
You can too.
you can. And you know what I just noticed? That every week this comment for a signed book comes up, and I'm not putting it there. But I will say this, right over to our left, we have a few cases of books that just came in today. So we are restocked if you're interested in one of my books.
Oh, Kathy Ann, she's in Hawaii. How
Oh,
wonderful.
I want to go to Hawaii. We should get going.
Okay,
We should get going.
so get moving and get this recipe going.
Get crack-a-lackin'.
All righty.
So one,
Get this figured out
the
here.
double-headed arrow.
Hello, Molly.
Oh, sorry, I took your mic. I just realized we do not have the recipe. This is great. So we're gonna wing it. No, just kidding. I know exactly what I'm doing. So what happened was I went to the cupboard to get dates to make my normal barbecue sauce. We didn't have dates, but we did have a Lara bar. So that's what I ended up using. I started off with a cup of water. It's plant-based water, by the way. And I think I know it. But you got all the spices.
Yeah,
I'm
yes, I
pretty
did.
good.
I
I'm
got
pretty good.
everything.
I'm pretty good. We got this. I have a 6-ounce can of tomato paste that and I always use a butter knife. I always use a butter knife for this. So I have a cup of water. The recipe is actually in the description. And here's my tomato paste that I just made a mess out of. Now the sauce is a little on the thicker side, but I like thicker barbecue sauce because you can always thin it out, but it's really hard to thicken it once it's done. So there's my tomato paste. Boom, boom. 6 ounces tomato paste.
Jane.
The mic. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. If you don't have apple cider vinegar, feel free to use white vinegar. I think the apple cider vinegar gives it a nicer flavor, but if you don't have it, you don't have it. All right, so that's my apple cider vinegar. I have one more liquid to put in there, and that's actually my liquid aminos. If you're watching your sodium, by all means, you do not have to add this, but we'll put a tablespoon of liquid aminos in there. And now, so right here, we have
2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper.
And
what?
I was being really nice to you tonight, and I put a pinch of red pepper, optional.
All right, so I put a pinch of red pepper, didn't put it in the first batch that we made because I thought I'd be in trouble, but there is a pinch, and that's a big pinch of red pepper. It does. Oh, and smoked paprika, guys, smoked paprika. Is that not on the list? That is not on my recipe, and it should be. So there is smoked paprika. I did not do that. And the most important part, the Lara Bar. Now, we didn't try this with other Lara Bars, but I'm going to guess as long as it's a date-based Lara Bar, and it's one of these kind, it's not the fruit and nut bar, I think it's going to be okay. Heather is allergic to cashews. Otherwise, I would have just done one with the cashews and dates. She's not allergic to peanuts, so I use this like peanut butter bar, which is literally just peanuts. And yes, so there's the Lara Bar.
Dates and chocolate.
Dates and vegan unsweetened chocolate chips. Which, yes, chocolate seems weird in barbecue sauce, but you'd never know it. And plus, it tastes delicious. Okay, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay, here we go. This might be loud. So sorry. Actually, flip the mic this way. Sorry.
Hello, crazy farm girl. Glad you finally made it. Monterey, Texas, she's from.
Okay. This does not look the same, and I'm sure it doesn't taste the same, but not everyone likes smoke, so it actually might be good with or without smoke. I personally like a little smoke flavor to it. You certainly could use liquid smoke. We use the smoked paprika mostly because it adds a better color. So I'm colorblind, so it won't matter what this looks like, but you can see it's a thicker sauce, okay? And I told you it would be a thicker sauce, but can they see this? But it is stinking delicious. It's sweet. It should be a little smoky. And it's really bold. It's a very bold barbecue sauce. And we use the Lara Bar, which I think is pretty stinking cool.
Yes. Hello, yes. Joyce.
So there you go. Let me just recap super fast. All we did was take a cup of water, a small 6-ounce can of tomato paste. We put 1 tablespoon of liquid aminos, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and then we had spices. We had 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic, half teaspoon of black pepper. We should have had a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a pinch of red pepper,
and chili powder.
And a teaspoon of chili powder. Yes. And there you go. We blended that all up. It's so fast. You literally can make this literally in 3 minutes and have barbecue sauce that doesn't have a whole list of ingredients with a bunch of crap and a bunch of preservatives. It's pretty clean. The only calorically dense thing in there is the Lara Bar. But again, it beats the alternative of store-bought sauce. There you go. Lara Bar. If you think this will help someone, give it a share. We should flip the camera now.
Back in my right seat. Hold on.
Boom.
All right. I did it.
That was fast. That was the fastest live ever. We're almost done. Okay. Here we go. Facebook is looking. Do we have questions? One of the questions we always have is, why do you sound so awful on this microphone? So I'm going to get away from the microphone.
I'm fine.
Maybe it's how high pitched your voice is.
Maybe it's because you're so loud.
It could be. Maybe I blew the thing out. I don't know. But in any event, that's some kicking barbecue sauce. And you could play around with that. I personally like things super hot, so I will make that like a good old scorpion sauce. You could totally do a sweet and sour sauce out of that. But the trick here is the Lara Bar.
That's right.
The Lara Bar barbecue sauce. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
I know.
Yes.
And here's our Lara Bar.
Yeah, that's probably coming with me for my lunch tomorrow.
So the Lara Bar is just peanut butter chocolate chip. It's vegan. It's all unsweetened chocolate chips in there.
It's pretty clean.
Dates.
But again, there's calories in it, right? Like, right. It's not a low calorie. I wouldn't consider that a low calorie option, but we use these a lot. We use these a lot for emergency foods, airplane foods, travel foods. They travel well. They don't have to be refrigerated. And if you get in a pinch, it's a great, kind of lunch, light lunch. Yeah. Yes.
And let's see. Crazy Farm Girl. She bought your book.
No.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about something really super important.
Okay.
Since you already spoiled it. Is this plant-based thing easy?
Not going to answer.
Not going to answer. What do you guys think? Toss it in the comments. Is sticking to this plant-based, the whole food plant-based. We should probably do that. Whole food plant exclusive. Is it easy? I could tell you what it is. It's simple. It's very simple. Like, this isn't rocket science. If it comes from a ground or the garden, eat it. If it doesn't, don't. It's a very simple concept. Eat food as close to nature as possible. But that does not make it easy. It does not.
Get easy.
I do not agree.
Well, okay, not ways to make it easy, ways to help it.
Yes, there are certainly tools to make it easier, but at the end of the day, this is not easy. So let's talk about some of the reasons why it's not easy.
Well, it's not easy if you cook this every single day and have to cut up all the fruits or all the veggies and potatoes or whatever it is for the day. That part's hard, especially for people that aren't very good at that.
Okay, so super true. And again, guys, if you could help us out in the comments, like, tell us what the hardest part of living this lifestyle is, please, because what we need to do is be honest with people, because we act like we give them this magic handbook and then life is going to be great and you're going to, come down to an ideal body weight and you're going to get super healthy and life is going to be good and you're going to take off, running into the meadows, dancing and singing, and everything is going to be perfect. But that's not how life works in general, and it's certainly not how this lifestyle works.
Right.
So what Heather just said is this is more work. Like, look this is more work than going to McDonald's. It's more work than ordering pizza. It's more work than ordering. It's more work than getting a box of fried chicken from the supermarket.
Right.
So what do?
We can make things easier for ourselves by meal prepping.
Okay, that's perfect. Batch cooking, meal prepping, especially vegetables. We have come a long ways in our journey with vegetables. We used to start ours from seeds, then seedlings, then a greenhouse, then grow them. You talk about a pain in the butt. What is the main source of our vegetables now?
Frozen vegetables.
Freezer. Guys, we make it so stinking easy. Heather went shopping this week and went to Aldi's. What did you get at Aldi's?
Lots of frozen veggies. Filled the cart up.
Yeah, like it's the two of us. She literally fills the shopping cart. Like, I'm almost embarrassed in there sometimes, guys. Like, we take the whole case of broccoli florets and just dump them.
You know what? Next time you go, I'm taking a picture of my cart for you.
They might. Well, I was going to say, if you video, they might kick you out.
Oh, video. I'll just take a picture of my cart.
We should video. We should try to get kicked out of Aldi. We should. Okay, so that's a really good way. I don't want to get stuck on one thing. So this is a lot more work. And anybody that tells you it's not a lot more work, no, that's not true. This is a lot more work than eating sad. And the idea that how we got to eating the standard American diet is out of convenience. Like, let's be real. Like, back in the 40s and 50s, we didn't have convenience foods, right? That probably happened after about World War II when TV dinners hit the market. Then at the price of convenience came our health, right? So that's the first thing. We have to get away from convenience food, go back to cooking and preparing our meals at home, and that is harder. But is it worth it?
Yes.
It's worth it. Okay. Next thing that makes this hard.
Well, Crazy Farm Girl said the going out to restaurants.
I was just going to say that.
So
let's talk about social issues.
Yes. So we've talked about this a lot, but
we have
parties.
Back up. There's two options. Either be a hermit and don't go anywhere. There's days I wouldn't mind that. Or go places.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about 3 things we could do when we go places.
Take a dish that you can eat before you go, or find out what they're having and see if there's a way that they can make something, even if it's just simply as the salads, that you could just omit the dressings. If they're not giving you a great choice of dressings, you can always add extra fruits, avocado to it to make a dressing that way. Or you can just, what I've simply done is I've gotten a really nice salad and I've just asked for salsa to put on top.
You get the big salad. Usually it'll be some weird salad. You could say, hold the chicken, hold the feta or whatever. They'll give you the rest of the salad and then you ask for salsa. And I think that's a great idea.
And right. And Crazy Farm Girl says she doesn't always want a salad, but she finds Chinese restaurants are the easiest with steamed rice and veggies.
I just experienced that when we went to California. And I just tell them I'm allergic to oil and they steam the vegetables, which is great. Right. So that's great for social situations where you're going to a party. I know one of the things that we do, if we're going to mom's and we know she's going to have mashed potatoes, we'll just say, just mash them without anything first and just give us a little bit. And then you can ruin the rest with whatever you want. But what about when we're going to restaurants? And there's a few things that just came up that are really good suggestions.
We just said that.
Right. And sides is another one. A lot of times, believe it or not, things like steakhouses are pretty easy to eat healthy if you just order sides and talk to the chefs. We've said this a million times. Guys, if you ask, a lot of times what you don't see in the kitchen is the chef is making the same thing over and over and over. And when you ask the chef and you ask him or her to do a custom order, many times they really enjoy it and they'll come right out. Like they'll come right out and talk to you about it. And they actually enjoy a custom order, believe it or not.
Hello, Lynn and Patty and Tom. And I can't read that one.
Okay.
Sorry.
And you got your
moves
glasses
up
on
a
too.
little bit.
So here's another. So we talked about, is it harder from a standpoint of preparing food? Absolutely. Is it harder for socialization? Yes. We eat much differently than the people around us. Of course, there's going to be it's going to be more difficult. Okay. What about the standpoint of people telling you it's okay just once or twice? Like, I think that's another hard one too.
Oh, I mean, if they like said, "Oh, why don't you just have a slice of pizza or something like that?" Well, why would I want to start that? And first of all, after I've changed, I wouldn't want to start that all up again, get those taste buds going. And plus, to me, it's not even appealing anymore.
The question really is, like, how do you deal? Because I feel like early on we went through that so much, and I don't think the question is would you stray or not. I think the question is how do you respond to that when they say, well, fish isn't meat, or it's a low fat blah blah blah, or it's a grass blah blah blah. The reality is, I think the worst thing I started doing was tell people that I can't eat that, and what I would hear, especially from family, oh, Tim can't eat that. And that's not true. I can eat whatever I want, but I choose not to eat this because I value my health, the environment, and the animals over these things. Yes. And I think that puts it at a different level, because I think what helps you in your mind, but the person that you're talking to, if they understand it's not something that you can or cannot do, it's something you choose not to, they most of the time will back down. Well, it's a choice, right?
Right.
Yes.
And Dina says she's been filling her freezer with frozen veggies, potatoes. That's helping. Same with pantry items.
Wendy's, that's a good one, by the way.
Baked potato.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So Wendy's, and even if you have to get a couple of them, but Wendy's is a great place in a pinch that you can get a baked potato with nothing on it. I had another one in my. We should have probably wrote these down. Okay, so then, like, literally, I think this is the hardest thing. Like, out of all the things, the hardest thing I think for most people is the marketing. It is everywhere, and I don't watch TV much, but we just kind of got into a couple shows, and I've been kind of detraining. Kind of getting my body back to do it all over again. But watching TV, it blows my mind. I feel like every other commercial. Yep. Pharmaceuticals, go ask your doctor about this. And then the next one is some nasty, like greasy, triple, quadruple burger with cheese running out of it and grease. Right. So we are constantly bombarded with crappy food, constantly. It doesn't matter where you go. You can't go into a gas station. You can't go into a throughway plaza. You cannot go anywhere without getting slammed with crappy food. Right. And look at these people pay a lot of money, and they pay big bucks to get marketers to come in. They know the psychology. They know exactly the music to play. Everyone's having fun. And there you are, sitting there munching on a chunk of kale in the corner all alone. It's not that bad, but that's how they make you feel. You don't get to have any of that fun.
Right. I get what you're saying. And that's why you need to be prepared.
Yes. So the bottom line is there's a few things. There's many more. There's a few things, a few reasons why this is a hard lifestyle. But let's not stop there. Hang in here for a minute. Here's the thing. Any single thing in life that's worth doing is hard.
Yep.
It's true. Like anything that's worth doing in life is hard. Right. Like the easy way, always you get the sucky results. Like every time. And usually the harder something it is, the bigger the reward. Right. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
So here's what we have to kind of reframe our perspective and not worry about how hard it is, but how amazing the results are,
Right.
and how amazing the process is, and how amazing the journey is. Guys, look at this is what happened
And
to
how
me.
proud of yourself you should be.
Yes, yes. And seeing how far you can come with small incremental changes that add up over
Right.
time. It's a beautiful thing. It hit me today. We were out running and I saw this person get in their mail on a mobility scooter. And I don't know if it was a chronic or a acute injury. I don't know exactly what happened, but it took me back to when we were trying to get my approval for a mobility scooter.
Hmm.
And all this emotion came flooding into me. And I'm thinking, dang, like, do you realize, like, you tried to convince me because that guy had back surgery, you
Hmm.
tried to convince me that a mobility scooter will be fine and I could, and it's like, what the heck? Like, now we're out, like, I'm doing a short run of 6 miles, and it's like, what happened? You
It
know,
was little steps at a time,
what
little
happened?
things at a
And
time.
I am so grateful. I feel so blessed for what this lifestyle has afforded both of us. Because, I looked at that. I posted a picture of us today at the Henry Ford Museum,
Hmm.
and we both looked very much different.
Hmm.
And I know we both felt very much different.
Right.
Even 15 years ago, I feel 10 times better than I did today, 15, 20 years ago. And I didn't have all the gray, and I had a little more up here, but I feel great.
Right.
I feel great. It's not always easy. It's not always perfect. Some days it just plain sucks. It does. It sucks. But you know what? You get another day tomorrow, and then you realize you wake up and I don't have any pain and I feel great and I'm ready to go crush the day. I can't wait to see what the day unholds. And it makes all those things that we talked about. It makes the cooking okay. It makes literally cooking rice at 8 o'clock. Guys, you didn't see this, but in the sink, we
Hmm.
got a big pot of rice. We have to get our meals ready for the week.
Hmm.
You know what I used to do? Take $10 with me and I go get a couple slices of pizza. It's harder, but dang, it's so freaking worth it.
Yes.
It's so worth it. And that's what we got to take away from this. Who cares how hard it is? When you know what you know and you know how you feel,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter how hard it is. I'll do it every freaking day.
Good. You can do it today.
Whatever it
Progress.
takes. Whatever it takes. Yes, nothing tastes good as healthy feels.
Yes.
And that's,
Very
man,
good.
yeah.
Hmm.
And yeah. So on that note, we should end because I'm really getting my heart rate's up and everything else here. I'm getting because I really want people to understand. I feel like sometimes we're on the other side of this door and it's like, please, like, just come on over. It's so good over here. And yep, you got to do a little bit more work and you might have to go without stuff that you absolutely love. And you
Hmm.
know what? In the beginning, broccoli's not going to taste as good as a Snickers bar. It's not. And
Right.
I'm not going to tell you it is. But our food tastes good. It's edible.
But the results are worth it.
Yes, yes. So on that note, do you have anything to add to that?
Nope, because you said it all.
I talk too much. Mom, my throat hurts. Yes. And guys, you can do this. You literally can
Yep.
do this. Don't let perfection get in the way of progress, but understand you're going to have to work for it.
One little step at a time. And it
Yeah.
just keeps adding up to big results.
Yeah. Guys, this is no different than raising your kids, relationships, going to college, your financial stuff. It's all the same. There's no overnight magic pill. You want to fix your finances? Pay your bills off, spend less than you make, and start investing. Like, it's not fun. It's not sexy, but it's worth it,
Hmm.
And it's the same with relationships, school, or anything else. That's heavy
You're
stuff.
welcome, Deborah.
It's heavy stuff, but
And
it
who's
needs to be
Jane?
said. It needs to be said.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
have a
She's kicking me out. She's kicking me out of here.
tips have helped you and it helps you throughout your week this week. And we'll be back next week.
Yes, and until next time,
Eat plants.
move your body.
All you got to do is a little more than you did yesterday.
Make it a great week. Even if it's a tough one, it's okay. And here's the bonus. Even if it's a tough week, you could still be happy, even through hard circumstances. We'll see you next time.
Wait, we forgot about recipes. Recipes. That was the one thing. People, very creative recipes. Recipes can help.
Recipes. Oh, and I think even put the link if you want 80 free recipes. Go to that link and you can get our whole cookbook that's also sitting on the table if you'd like a hard